Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the TEQ Krillin, reliable helper Krillin, and we're going to see just how good he is after his Dokkan awakening, his EZA, and everything about him in the Dokkan battle global. So basically Krillin's a barbershop unit. He's the third one we're reviewing, I believe. And he is a TEQ type key +3, HP attack and defense 90% lead. He raises defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy. He has attack and defense of 120% when performing a super attack, recovers 10% HP at the end of turn, plus an additional attack and defense of 30% with 3 or more key spheres obtained, plus an additional attack and defense of 50% with 5 or more key spheres obtained. He gives TEQ type units key +2 and attack and defense of 30%. And he has an additional attack and defense of 10% for TEQ type units with 3 or more key spheres obtained that are TEQ type. His total attack and defense boost is 384% when performing a super attack, which is pretty good, I want to say. Pretty damn solid, I want to say. And yeah, he looks really solid, really decent. Obviously, you can raise his SA by using copies of the Prime Battle Krillin or of the Namek Saga Krillin or of any Krillin, so pretty good there. His link set is high compatibility, courage, experienced fighters, turtle school, solid support, Z fighters, and sharing the limit. And he's on movie heroes, earthlings, saviors, battle of the wits, turtle school, bond of friendship, and warriors raised on earth. It's nice that he's on movie heroes. I think it's pretty cool. It's something that could be helpful. And his link set's okay. Yeah, it's not the craziest link set, but it's decent. It's definitely viable. I think it helps out to a certain degree, and I think for the most part he's an incredibly solid character that does a decent job. I think with all these barbershop units, they're not necessarily the craziest units, and that is always okay. Yeah, it's more than fine that these units are not blowing your mind out of this world crazy. I think they do serve a purpose, and I think at the end of the day they are pretty reliable when it comes to like their performance and everything like that. So yeah, I think Krillin's pretty good. His best linking partner is indeed Krillin Exchange into Vegeta, the free-to-play unit. He also shares decent links with some TNs, the TEQ support TN, the Majin Buu Saga support TN, the Krillin and Android 18, and the Krillin and Piccolo. And then he shares 3 links decently with a bunch of Gokus, Master Roshis, TNs, Goku and Chi-Chis, etc. So link-wise, he's maybe not the craziest. The best TEQ units that he links with are obviously Master Roshi and Tien, and also with the Tien 50% support. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but he's a TEQ type support, so you're not really looking at him for linkings, more just looking at him to kind of rock up and boost a typing. And we'll be taking a look at how all these guys do in certain content, because I do think they have a role. I just think it's mainly in ESBR, the type ESBRs. I think they're a really good kind of usable unit for that content, so I think that's really good. But yeah, genuinely speaking, I think they are pretty solid. I think they help out, and yeah, I think in general they're very good units. So yeah, Krillin, raw numbers wise, pretty decent start, I want to say. Looks pretty solid. Big thing about Krillin obviously is that he does recover 10% HP, and it's very unusual for super units to recover HP. So here we have 74k defense, which is pretty decent. He's got a lot of support on this rotation though, like a lot of support on this rotation, because once we get these orbs with Pico on, it's gonna go up. But 120k defense is pretty solid. That's going to increase a lot when he supers over 200k, which is really good. And attack wise, pretty nice as well. I would build Krillin into full crit He doesn't gain anything really from the additional, like a slight defensive raise, I guess, if you really want to. But it's not something that I would say is, absolutely necessary. So yeah, I would genuinely say go with the full crit build. I think that's the best way to go about it, and I think you're going to end up getting the best performance out of him that way. Just for me in general, I think that's where he sits nicely on the spectrum of builds and functionality and everything like that, basically. But yeah, I think one thing I will say with the barbershop units, and I've mentioned this in every single review, I do wish that they had given them type changing. Even just like a medium chance to change orbs or create orbs, I think would be good, personally speaking. But here we are. This is going to be his best situation. You can see already 84k in terms of his defense, 131k, which is huge. He's got 6 links active, which is big. And of those links are relatively strong. There are links there that are quite powerful, although it's a little bit let's say inconsistent. I think his links are strong for what they're worth. Turtle School's a super powerful link. High compatibility is also a very, very strong link. Shattering the Limit is a very decent link. I mean, if you link level all of his top links, you will be getting 25% defense, which is big for a unit like Krillin, and you gain a lot of attack. Courage gives a lot of attack. Z Fighters gives attack. Experienced Fighters gives attack. Turtle School attack. High compatibility attack. Shattering the Limit attack. Add all of those up, and he's gaining like 25% defense, and I think he's gaining something like 45% attack, which is pretty big. It would improve Krillin a lot. And like I said, he's a very usable unit. One thing I do like and do appreciate is that 10% health recovery. Like I said, it's super hard to find units that recover health, especially on a superclass team. They just don't have health recovery links or passives or anything like that. The Boo team, the Cooler team, all those kind of units all have heals, whereas like this team just doesn't, or super teams just don't, barring outside of like active skills, revives, etc. So it's pretty big. It's pretty big when I look at like Krillin's passive. But yeah, in terms of links, I think the ones you want to highlight are probably Shattering the Limit, as it's the most common key link that he has, and then you get into some of the other ones where they're not super common, so it makes it a bit difficult to kind of like say predominantly build around these. And like I said, Krillin is more a support category unit, as are a lot of the barbershop units, so building around them specifically is not really ideal, as you more just want them floating to support your teams and your rotations than anything else. But yeah, obviously Turtle School's great link. Shattering the Limit's pretty solid. Solid support is pretty good as well. And then you get Z Fighters, which is relevantly like there. It's somewhat applicable, but it's pretty much his link set's much of a muchness. Like I said, if you want to really prioritize his links and build around him, you can. Maybe you're a new player who's building a tech team. Maybe you're looking at options. Maybe you really want to run Krillin. You're a huge Krillin fanboy. That's okay. Yeah, Krillin's a cool ass guy, so no problem. If you want to run with Krillin, run with him as like a main unit, or you just really like Krillin, you know what, man? That's awesome, and I back you on it. But link-wise, he is not necessarily a unit that you want to prioritize or get too invested with, I think, personally speaking. but he's got a solid enough link set to make him viable across a multitude of positions, and I think that's everything you need, really. I don't think you need much more to make him viable, and like I said, his main role is to provide support, so he gives key from that. You don't need him to have a key as well to make it work. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So obviously, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about like Krillin in general. Let me know what you guys think about the barbershop units. I really want to hear. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Till then, bye.